Happy Monday, scholars! Thanks for joining me for math today. What I want you to do before we get started is go grab your math journal. Okay, go grab your math journal, come on back, make sure you have a pencil, pen, marker, whatever you're going to need to write down our math problems. So what we're doing today is we're going to practice that method, the addition method, the adding way that we used on, I believe it was Thursday, and it was very, very tricky for us. It was something new. It was something new that we learned that we probably have never done before. And so I want to make sure that we have a little bit more time to practice that. And I want us to practice in our math journal, so in case you forget how to do this method, you're able to look back on it and remember exactly what to do. All right, so go ahead and open up to your next free page and we will get started. All right, so let's start off with a simple problem. Oh, and up here I wrote, always make a 10. So this is gonna be our goal. With this method, our goal is to always make a new 10. We always wanna make a 10, and I will show you why in just a second. So let's write this number down, 6 plus 25. Six plus 25, write that down in your math journal. And then we want our number bonds down at the bottom. Go ahead and draw those number bonds. Have yours look just like mine, okay? Then remember this guy, this dotted line? Go ahead and draw that around the 6 and the first number bond. All right, are you all ready? Awesome. All right, remember what our goal is? Always make a 10. So we want to make a 10 within this dotted line. We want to make a number that equals 10 in this dotted line. Got it? So if we're going to do that, that means we have to steal or take away a few numbers from this bigger number over here, 25. So we need to grab them and take them to put them into this dotted line, into this first bubble, into our first number bond bubble, to make a 10 here. Okay, let me draw this out for us. So remember, it was probably the first couple weeks of school, we practiced with our little cubes, and we have the Braining Camp online to do this as well. But I'm going to show you this method with these cubes and our tens blocks and our hundreds blocks, things like that. I'm going to show you with those so that hopefully can make a little bit more sense in your brain. So if I were to use cubes for the number 6, I would draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ones cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? If I were to do that for the 25, I have 2 tens blocks. We can add 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and then we have 5 extras, so let's add our little 5s cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, remember what I said? We're gonna steal a few from our 25. How many more blocks do we need here to make a 10? How many more do we need to get a 10 over here? How many should we steal from them? So we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're gonna need to steal these 4 and bring them over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now this also equals this. That's the same thing. Those are gonna look like the exact same thing. These ones are just more spread out. But we can now make our tens block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. So how many did we steal from here again? 4. The amount that we steal goes into our first bubble. So the 4 goes here. And then how many left over do we have from 25? If we had the number 25 and we took 4 away, now we have 10, 20, 1. All right, next step, ready? So now we have a 10, we have 6 plus 4, 6 plus 4 is 10, we just figured that out because we have this here, right? So now our problem is going to be 10 plus 21. What's 10 more than 21? 31. Good job, boys and girls. So that is how we would solve that type of problem, okay? So remember, what is our goal for this dotted line? Always make a 10. Always make a 10 here so that we can make it. Remember, it's so much easier to add problems together when we have a 10 that we're adding, right? So much easier for our brains. And so that's the reason we use this method. That's the goal for this method, is to make it easier to add with 10s. But again, like I always say, if this method is not quite working for your brain, that's okay. You can use the way that works best for you. But I just want to offer you a new method that you could use if you're wanting to figure out a way that's working best for your brain. Okay, let's do one more together. One more. Let me erase this. If you needed to finish writing this down, go ahead, rewind the video and pause it when you can see the whole screen here. Make sure you write that down and then come on back together and we'll finish this next problem. We're also going to practice a couple of these problems in class today, just so that we're able to get as much practice as we can, so it can start to make sense for you guys. All right, there's a couple problems on your homework that require this method, so we'll practice those in class, all right? So let's do one more. This one's going to be a tiny bit trickier, okay? So write this down with me. Hopefully you have a space on the bottom of your page that you were just using, or if you need to, you can go on to the next page. All right, so next problem is 8 plus 117. Draw our two number bonds like this, and our dotted line. All right, take a second to make yours look like mine. All right, let's start off by drawing out our cubes. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 ones cubes over here. I have 8 ones. And then, ooh, this is a 3-digit number, which means I have a hundreds place, which means I can make a big cube. This big cube equals 100, right? Remember, a big blocks like that equal 100. And then I have 1 tens place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 7 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, now it's time to steal from the bigger number. What are we gonna steal? What are we gonna take away? How many more do we need to get to 10? How many more do we need if we want to make this a 10? 2, 1, 2. Good. So we'll bring these over here. 1, 2, and this equals a 10. Right? 10. Beautiful. All right, so if we stole 2, the amount we steal goes here because we always make a 10 in our dotted line. So 8 plus 2, is that 10? Did we do that correctly? Yes, we did. 8 plus 2 is 10. Now let's see how much we have left over here with our blocks. We have 100, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115. So now we have 10 plus 115. When we add a 10 to a number, which place value are we changing? If we're just adding 10 to this number, do we change our hundreds place? What about our tens place? Yes, we are changing our tens place. We're going up by 1 in our tens place, which means 10 plus 115 is going to be 125. Awesome. All right, so go ahead and take some time to write this down. Pause the video if you need to. I want you to write all what's on my board. I want you to write that on your paper in your math journal so that you know exactly what to do if this ever comes up again in your homework or in class, things like that, so you can look back on it or refer back to it when you need to. All right. So for class today, I would love for you to, of course, bring your math journal so that you can look back at it if you need to. And your math book, we are going to be doing pages. I have it written down here. 38 and 39, it looks like this. 38 and 39, those are your homework problems today. Okay, we're continuing with adding with regrouping. Very good. And so these are your 2 pages to do for homework. We're going to do some of these problems together in class. Make sure you're understanding this method. And then of course I want you to also bring a whiteboard so that we can practice a few problems together. Alrighty friends, I will see you in class. Bye.